Okay, hello Eva.
Hi, Miss.
Are you ready for our speaking test today?
Yes, I'm ready.
Yeah. First, I wanna ask you about your English. Can you speak English?
Yes, I can, but just a little.
Okay, where do you study English?
I study English in the school and in Dailylondon English course.
How many times do you study English a week?
I study English 3 times a week.
Okay. What do you think about your English teacher in the course?
I think my English teacher in the course is a kind people. My English teacher in the course is a good teacher because she always help us when we need a help, and because my English teacher in the course always give a motivation in our class.
Thank you. Next, how much do you pay for your English course?
I pay around 200,000 rupees each month.
And how can you go to English course?
I go to English course by motorcycle.
And how long have you been studying English?
I have been studying English for 7 months.
Yeah. Next, are you a student?
Yes, I am.
And where do you go to school?
I go to number 4 Senior High School of Banteng.
And what grade are you in now?
I am in 12th grade.
Uh, do you have favorite teacher?
Yes, I have.
Who is he?
He is Mr. Jabal.
And why do you like Mr. Jabal?
Because Mr. Jabal always invite me. Because Mr. Jabal always invite my class to go hang out in another beautiful place. And because Mr. Jabal always treat us something.
And do you have something that you like about your school?
In my school, I like reading corner because in reading corner, I can get a good atmosphere and I can talk each other with my friend, and I can reading a book in reading corner with comfortable.
And what do you hate about your school?
In my school, I had physics laboratory because in physics laboratory, I didn't get air conditioner and that make me hot, and that's why I always feel uncomfortable for study.
Um, are you happy if the teacher is absent?
Sometimes I feel happy, but sometimes I feel sad because that depend on the teachers.
And what do you do if you have a free class?
Usually, I will go hang out with my friend to another place. Some of them like Bisap Waterfall and Pinos Rombeng. And sometimes I will my friend just eat together in our class, or we will listen a music in our class.
Do you ever get punishment at your school?
I never get punishment in my school
Why?
because I never make trouble in my school.
Now, as a foreman squad, can you tell me about your job as a foreman?
My job as a permanent is busker.
Okay. Tell me your activity, your earning, your joy and sorrow, and your dream in the future as a busker.
My activity is every morning I will prepare myself to do my activity, and after I prepare myself I will go to sidewalk to do my job, and I will stand near from traffic light while waiting to the kind people for give me money, and I will stand up over there until noon, and after that I will go from store to store and from roadside stall to roadside stall for get a little money and so that I can eat, and I will go back in my house if the night comes, and I will buy food and drink if I back in my house, and my earning being a basker around 50,000 rupees each day, and my joy being a basker are I can be an independent woman, and I can take care of myself, and the sorrow being a basker are I can free to buy something and I difficult on my finance, and my dream in the future I hope I can be a popular singer in the future and I can be a rich woman in the future.
Okay, very good. Now, tell me your opinion about Banteng.
Banteng is a small city, but in Banteng we will find many good people, and in Banteng we will find another beautiful place. Some of them like Bisapu Waterfall, Pinus Rombeng, and many more.
Tell me your opinion about your best friend.
My best friend is a kind friend. My best friend is a beautiful woman, and she is a little bit catty, and she a little short, but that make her cute. And she like dark color, and she like eat many kind of food. Many kind of food.
Okay, tell me your opinion about your mother.
Uh, In my opinion, my mother is a best woman in this world because my mother always make me comfortable every time and everywhere. And but my mother will angry with me if I make a trouble. But if in the same time, my mother will be a good listener for me if I get a problem, and my mother will be my best friend if I need someone to talk.
Now, your opinion. Tell me your opinion about your school.
My school is a good school because in my school we can find any facility, and in my school we can find much organization. But in my school sometimes we will feel uncomfortable because in my school we will find many nafty students.
Okay. Next, can you explain the working procedure of how to make fried noodle?
How to make soto
Oh,
noodle?
soto noodle. Sorry.
Yes, how to make soto noodle? The tools are spoon, fork, plate, pan, and strainer. And the ingredients are water and noodle. The first, take the noodle that you want to boil and open the pack. And the second, fill the pan with water and put the pan on the stove and turn on the stove. And the third, wait until 5 minutes. And the fourth, turn off the stove and take the noodle and then rinse the noodle with strainer. And the fifth, put the noodle into the plate and add the seasoning. And the sixth, mix the noodle with seasoning in the plate. And the seventh, we can serve the noodle.
Next, do you agree or disagree if capital city replaced to Kalimantan?
Um, I disagree if the capital city replaced to Kalimantan because I think if the capital city replaced to Kalimantan, that can change the institution of this country. And if the capital city replaced to Kalimantan, there will many rejection from all people in this country. And if the capital city replaced to Kalimantan, that can take much time and that can take much money.
Okay, do you agree or disagree if your parents take some sworn children?
I disagree if my parents take some short children because I think I and my brother has enough from for our parents, and I don't want to share my parents' love to strange people, and I always feel uncomfortable if I live with strange people.
Do you agree or disagree if corruptors sentenced to the death?
Yes, I disagree. I agree if the capital city, if the
Corruptor?
corruptor sentenced to the death because the corruptor have take much of people's money and use that money just for himself. And because the corruptor does a lot of harm to the people.
Do you agree or disagree if you are being a volunteer at any disaster place?
I agree if I being a volunteer at any disaster place because I think as a human we have a duty for help other people in this world, but that depend on the permission from my parents. So if I get permission from my parents, I will being a volunteer. But if I didn't get a permission from my parents, I just will help other people with other way.
Yeah. Very good. Next, do you agree or disagree if women just stay at home?
I disagree if the woman just stay at home, because I think as a woman we need to go out for search any activity, and as a woman we must to be an independent woman and not depend on men. And also we as a woman we must to do much new thing and always enjoy this life.
Very good. Now I have a problem, and you have to tell me the solution about this problem. I wanna read it first. The case is, Aldo is an autistic student on his school. He goes to school not for studying, but just make problem with his classmate and others different class, and sometimes with his teacher. So what is your solution about him?
The first, the identification problem. Aldo is an naughty student. Aldo always make a trouble in his school, and Aldo always make a problem with his classmate, with other different class, and sometimes with his teacher in the school. And the effect, Aldo,
The cause.
the cause. Aldo is a broken home because Aldo always get child abuse from his parents in his house, and because of that, Aldo always release his frustration in his school, with looking for a problem with his friend and sometimes with his teacher in the school. And the effect for his family, his family will shy because their child habit, and his family will shy with their neighbor, with Aldo's teachers, and with Aldo's friend parents. And the effect for environment, the people in around here will find difficulty to get a good job in the future because with Aldo's habit that make his grade at school bad. And the solution for Aldo's problem, I think we can ask Aldo what is problem that make him always be troublemakers, and give a good advice for him and for his parents to be a good listener for Aldo and more care about Aldo's life.
Okay, next, you are being a tourism ambassador. Would you promote one tourism place in your region?
Um, I am tourism ambassador, and today I will promote Bisapu Waterfall. Bisapu Waterfall, located by Bontosaluang Village, Bisapu, Bisapu District, and Bantaying Region. One of the main interests from Bisapu Waterfall is the coolness of flowing water, and we will feel comfortable in Bisapu Waterfall. And because in Bisapu Waterfall we can listen the calm sound from falling water, and that make Bisapu Waterfall as a perfect place to let go of the tiredness and unite with nature. And we just need 5,000 rupiahs for enter in Bisapu Waterfall. And we will find any facility in Bisapu Waterfall. Some of them in Bisapu Waterfall, we will find a large enough parking area. We will find gazebo and bench. We will find some shop, and in Bisapu Waterfall, we will find information board where that make it easy to find any direction in Bisapu Waterfall.
Oh.
Yes, that's
Okay,
all.
I think enough for today. Thank you so much.
Yes, you're welcome.